Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, so today we're doing something a little bit different. We are diving deep into the raw rhythmic energy and honestly, the super deep metaphors hidden inside the She Lit X You Choose New Shoes mashup. It's an incredible track, and we're going to break down these lyrics to uncover this amazing story about breaking cycles, finding unshakable loyalty, and, really stepping into your power. Just listen to this cold open for a second. If it ain't love plus power, we don't even care. I mean, what a way to set the tone, right? It immediately drops you right into the vibe. It tells you right out of the gate that we aren't just talking about like some passive romance here. We are talking about a true force multiplier. It sets the standard that anything less than absolutely extraordinary simply isn't worth their time.
So let's get right into section 1, decoding the mashup's vibe, focusing on rhythm and raw power. The foundational theme here is all about this undeniable shared presence. It's about what happens when two people create an energy that just commands absolute attention the second they walk into any room, syncing up perfectly like a late-night groove. The lyrics say, "We don't break, we don't bend," and moving in pairs, and whole room hush down when we step out there. And, actually my personal favorite, don't chase validation. These lines totally establish an aura of supreme confidence. It's this united front that thrives completely independent of outside approval. They don't have to chase validation because, well, it just naturally follows them. Imagine walking through life with that kind of unshakable certainty. All right, moving right along to section 2, unshakable loyalty and love, finding the calm in the storm. So beneath that super powerful outward-facing vibe we just talked about, there's this really stark emotional contrast. On one hand, you've got the chaos, right? A mind running wild, a raging storm, burning too bright, getting totally lost in the crowd. And, we've all felt that overwhelming noise. But in the song, that internal turmoil is constantly met and neutralized by the grounding elements of their partner. We're talking calm, peace, staying grounded in the day, and being lifted higher at night. And that stabilizing force, it's rooted in absolute, unspoken trust. The lyric goes, "If I fall, he catch me, no hesitation. Locked in if he call, I'm sliding, no explanation." This is just a brilliant, action-oriented definition of reciprocal loyalty. There's zero hesitation. There's no need for some lengthy explanation. You're just there for each other, locked in. Which leads us to a really poignant realization in the mashup. The power ain't loud, it's the love that we hold. We started this whole explainer by talking about a commanding, room-quieting presence, right? But this clarifies that the real strength betrayed in this track isn't some boastful, arrogant noise. True power is actually found in the quiet, steadfast connection holding two people together. We wrap up this theme of love with this beautifully self-aware gem. You crazy too, but look what crazy love can do. Because, let's be real, acknowledging your own crazy is like half the battle in any relationship. By fully embracing each other's wildness, rather than, constantly trying to fix it, they create this unstoppable force. They breathe the same air and literally turn their chaos into their greatest asset. Okay, let's shift gears to section 3, breaking the ghost loops and escaping the past. We're moving into this intense internal struggle now. The lyrics introduce us to ghost loops. They call them the whispers in the alley of youth. Basically, think of them as those repetitive cycles, anxieties, and restrictive habits from our past that just keep playing over and over on a loop in our heads. It is an incredibly powerful metaphor for the mental stagnation that, honestly, we all eventually have to turn around and fight. And how exactly does the song tell us to fight this mental stagnation? With a really rhythmic command: break out the loop, rewrite the oath. This punchy little lyric serves as the ultimate call to action in the track. It's a reminder that you aren't just meant to survive these negative cycles. You're meant to actively break out of them and consciously write new rules, like a brand new oath for yourself. Now, if you're sitting there wondering exactly how you're supposed to break a cycle that feels permanent, well, the song offers this really beautiful, optimistic truth. Every loop got a crack where the light slides in. Even the most stubborn, seemingly unbreakable habits have vulnerabilities. There's always a crack. There's always a tiny opening for the light to enter, giving you something to exploit so you can finally find your escape. Let's dive into section 4. The glitch is gold. Embracing the flaws. The mashup really leans into these technological metaphors here to completely reframe our imperfections. It's an evolutionary journey. First, you have to actually hear the true signal amidst all the static and the fear that usually controls you. Then comes the light bulb moment, the realization that the glitch in your pulse ain't a flaw, it's actually gold. Finally, you turn that glitch into your ground, your foundation. Notice how the sequence flips what you'd normally think of as a weakness into a massive source of strength. I absolutely love how the song redefines this whole concept. It calls a glitch a message from a future that refuses to fall. It frames its anxiety or internal flaw not as a breakdown, but actually as a deep survival instinct. It's like your stronger future self is reaching back through time, giving you a warning, and flat out refusing to let you collapse. And this whole line of thinking culminates in this incredibly poetic lyric. Every glitch in your soul is a silhouette. Just think about that for a second. A silhouette is an outline, right? The song is essentially suggesting that your flaws, your unique little glitches, actually outline the exact shape of who you are meant to be. They aren't mistakes to be erased at all. They are your defining features.
That brings us to Section 5, Stepping Out in New Shoes, Future Loading.
We're really bringing everything together here, tying this super familiar metaphor of sneaker culture to the massive act of taking control of your destiny. It's about choosing your path, taking your crown, and reading the flickering streetlights like a code of truth. And ultimately, it's all about embracing this concept of future loading, where your next phase is just waiting there to be activated. So what do new shoes represent? Well, it's not just physical footwear, obviously. It's the ultimate vehicle for stepping into your own personal evolution. Which brings us to a moment where the track practically demands your full attention. It asks, "You stuck in your future yet?" It totally forces you to pause and ask yourself, are you stuck, waiting for a future that feels like it's just perpetually loading? And the answer this song immediately fires back is so incredibly empowering. It says, you ain't stuck, you just standing at that kitchen or spin. Choose new shoes. Inaction is just an illusion. You aren't permanently stuck in that ghost loop, you're simply standing still. Transformation isn't impossible. It's simply a choice you have to make right now. You have to actively choose new shoes. And when you finally make that choice and take that step, the song describes this almost ascended state, the loop break legend of the whole crew. This is the protagonist's final evolution, an empowered, legendary figure who not only successfully broke the restrictive cycle for themselves, but now stands as a beacon and proof for everyone around them that the loop can absolutely be broken. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought. Are you still running in your ghost loops? Or are you finally ready to lace up those new shoes and rewrite your own oath? The power is there, the love is there as your foundation, and that crack where the light slides into your loop, it's just waiting for you to find it. It's completely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer. Keep learning, keep evolving, and I'll catch you on the next one.